This video will just outline a few tips and tricks on the map Ascent for Cypher on defense. By no means am I really insane player at the game. I just play casually for fun. But these are just some of the plays and cages, trips I've used to make it up to mid-immortal, closer to Radiant, stuff like that. So yeah, I'll just jump into it first by showing off trips for A and cages for A, and then I'll switch to cages for B and trips for B. So over on A, you're gonna have a few basic kind of cams, trips, and cages, right? So here's a cam that I like to throw a lot, is on top of this crate right here, and it's like the normal cam that most people use in comp games and stuff on Ascent, where you throw it right here by the pole, but you can get it a little bit higher actually by jumping, and you can get it right up by the AC vent. Most people, when they peek this angle like this, they're gonna really be focusing here, or you know, for the headshots around like green box or behind this box heaven. They're not really gonna be looking up top by the area by this box here. It's just a little bit higher than the normal shot, you know, so people aren't gonna be pre-aiming that, so you'll be able to get your dart off quicker. It allows you to see into A main, as well as a little bit of the player's feet if they're crossing into tree or something like that. So it's a pretty decent cam in that aspect. So when it comes to cages on A, there's usually, so two of the most common are going to be your two cages for your one-way on A main. I do have some other cages that I will showcase for jet pushes, raise pushes, and it'll just help you hold the site a little bit longer while your teammates are rotating from B or from middle. So for the first one, really quick, is you're going to line up on this drain for the one-way. If this drain is not here because you may have your settings on low, it's really just in the middle of the bricks in this area. Next, you're going to aim at the top of these arches right here. It'll bounce off, land right here. It's okay if you miss in the pre-lobby, but you need to do it before the barrier goes away, or else you won't be able to set this up as easy. The barrier is here until the game starts, so just utilize that. You're going to kind of aim a little bit above this little arch right here. You're going to come to the top and aim a little bit out. Hit your key, going to land right on the edge. Same on this side. You're going to come to the top, aim a little bit out, hit Q, going to land right on the edge. If they fall off, not a big deal. You can pick them up and start again. So when these pop, they're going to look just like this really quick. I can't actually open them in the game phase, but I'll show you in 1 second. Here are the one-way cages in action. As you can see, blocks underneath, and if you're the opponent, you can't see anything on site unless it's closer up the stairs. This gives you as Cypher and your teammate that are playing on site with you a great advantage to shoot the enemies before they can get a chance to shoot back. So a trip you can set up with these cages here is if you aim right on this brick right here, you can get it lined up across both sides. Now, unless the players that you're playing against have raise utility, trying to think of other things that might break, you know, if they have utility that can break your trip, they're going to have to overextend. They can shoot this without breaking it if they come up to this area here. But if you're playing in the back of the site, here, behind this box or behind generator, and you have your cam pulled up, you're going to see them trying to shoot the start before they can shoot the trip, sorry, before they can even shoot the trip. So if you see them here, you can tag them with your dart, pop these two one-way cages, peek out. You may see more than the opponent that you just saw. There could be 3, there could be 5, you never know. It's just it's a nice benefit to having the jump on your opponent before you have to commit to the peak and take the shots, you know, so that's one thing to do there. So another site that thing I like setting up on a site actually is I like putting trips either here with this one, or I'll put it right here. If you do this and you're playing the box back here, generator, or in heaven or in hell, if you're playing a jet that's coming through here, and let's say she's going to dash through this tripwire, it'll break this trip, she'll end up on site right here, she'll usually land on the stairs or right on this angle here. She will not reach a trip here or a trip there. This means that if she's running through with a shorty or SMG to push you on site, she's going to hit this trip before she can get to you. The same goes for Raze. If Raze blast packs through your trip here, she's going to get on site. She's going to have to run either through here, or if you want to set up a trip here. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, I'm not going to have 5 trips in the game. You're really just going to have to read the plays. Maybe just throw a trip here the first time if she dashes on an eco and hits this. So she's going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to go right now. So you can put it in the middle. The part of playing Cypher in agents like Killjoy is you really have to just read your opponents and constantly change up and put different trips down throughout the game, different cages, different cams, just to keep them on their toes, you know? Another cam that I enjoy placing on A site that most people normally don't, but when you get into the higher levels, people will be putting their cams pretty much everywhere. But I like getting on top of this box here, throwing a cam right here. Now, this gives you the benefit, if you're holding your site as a solo player and you have just default cages here, you know, you got your default trips like one across here, just something like this, you know, just like a normal setup, you can hold back here and you can still get the audio cues of players coming through a main, stomping around. You get these full audio cues with your camera. Since it's not picking up from your player, it's from the cam. You also get a slight view of a main. So overall, this is a great camera that people will not be looking for. Smokes will get set up a door, possibly heaven, maybe site. The players are going to come through, dash in, blast back in. They will not be looking top left of door for your cam. Of course, they're going to see it. You know, it's a red glow. They'll shoot it, but this can give you some extra time to maybe get a tag of someone coming up to where you can pop your cage, swing for the kill. You can maybe play off this side, pop the cage if it's smoked here. You can play off the smoke. You know, it's just, it creates a lot of mobility and extra room for you to play around the site and stall while your teammates are on the rotate. So now I'm going to hop over to B site. B site, in my opinion, is very underappreciated by Cypher players. I don't know if it's just because this map is slightly newer and it wasn't out from the beta, but I find a lot of Cyphers are just using basic trips, basic cages on the site. You can lock down this site solo with Cypher. Now, I'm not in top 500 Radiant, you know, top 200 Radiant, whatever. But in the lower ranks, like Immortal, Diamond 3, Diamond 2, whatever, you can solo hold Cypher with these setups. Now, these are the 2 cages that I love throwing. Similar to on A site, I also can mix it up for pistol. There's a one-way, 2 one-ways for this pole right here. So if you come up to this pole, you're gonna hold underneath the 3rd window, your mouse. You're gonna go right underneath, throw your cage. It's gonna land right on this edge here, and then if you're gonna come to this corner by the giraffe poster, line up right here, aim your mouse to the first window, right in the middle, just between this like line and this window. Get it right on this ledge as well. So when players are coming up, you can have a cam. I like throwing this cam here. I throw it up on top. I come right in this corner, throw it on top of this window right here, right on the ledge. You can see into A main sometimes if people are walking through their head. You'll see the players pull up. So if they push up close, and say you're playing stairs or CT, you're gonna see them peek up. You can pop your cages, and you have a perfect one-way of the players coming up. Now this is insanely easy to set up. All you have to do, throw the cages in the lineup. It's not even a hard lineup. You can remember this pretty quickly. I like to combo this with either a trip through here when players are pushing, maybe they're pushing switch, or they're going to push to market, they're going to push CT, stairs, you never know what they're going to play, because most players will blast pack the trip here. You can set up a trip on this ledge here. Most players will, I don't know, blast back this, blast back the default trip. So if they blast back this or nade that, you know, it's not going to hit this trip. So people are going to get caught off guard running through here. You can wall bang them from, if you're playing stairs, there's a free wall bang for you. And most players will throw this trip, you know. Players are going to run up, Maybe they'll blast pack this, maybe Jet will dash through this, maybe they'll shoot this. This is an insanely common trip. Do not place this at the edge. The edge of this pole, you are literally wasting a trip 99% of the time. Maybe a player will walk into it, but it usually fails. Literally just throw it 2 centimeters this way in the middle towards the end, anything. It'll make players be more like they'll be less conscious of trying to shoot it because they're like, oh, well, it's not here. I'll run up maybe a bit and they'll get tagged by it. You can also throw ones like this. You can angle them on this pole right here. People are gonna be like, oh, well, there's none here. Their teammate might run by it. Maybe they don't hear the sound cue because your teammate smoked short or whatever. Or you can angle it on the corner. This is a good one. 80% of the time, players push short. They do not check for this one. They run right through. The sound is a little quieter than when it's just normally like this. They'll hit right here. Your teammate on site or UCT, you stairs, your teammate mark it. You can spray right through, freeze kill. Another cam people love throwing, and this is a great cam. You can jump spot, or I guess you can get a jump peek into A main. Let's say they have a Sova setting up a dart, you know, you can hold this angle, you can hold this from sight right here. You can just put this, drop down so you don't get sprayed, boom. Free pick. Let's say your teammate is sitting on the box here, or right here, with a sheriff or an op. Free kill for you. Now, a lot of these are sort of gimmick kills, so don't base your entire round off of these trips, cages, cams, you know? These are just to support your team and support yourself, pretty much. Another good cage that I like to use is if, let's say, they pulled up the site, right? Your team, the enemy team, has control over this area. They have control over site, and they're heading down Speedway. If you're playing on stairs, you can quickly come back. If you have an extra cage, you can get to this spot, or you can have this pre-set up. You aim right here in the middle. You can get a cage right on this edge here. Let's say you have this comboed with a trip. If they're pushing short and you fall back here, you can pop this cage and you have a one-way of them running up short. They get tagged, you can spray through this wall here, but 99% of the time, these players are going to be pushing through, and if there's if there's a cage right here, they're just going to be like, they're going to be caught off guard hugging this wall. Maybe you pop it when they're already here, and you have this angle. From this angle right here with the cage popped up, they usually cannot see you, but there are chances where they can walk up to there and they will have the angle on you. It's just a nice little last resort. If you know you're going to die from them pushing, you could get 1, maybe 2 kills off of that play. So yeah, these are just a few tips and tricks for maybe people who are just picking up Cypher, maybe people that play Cypher all the time. These are just a few cages, trips, cams. These aren't going to improve your gameplay a ton, but they're just something that you can use to mix up, throw into your gameplay on Ascent, be a better support to your team, be a better player overall, and improve your gameplay. So yeah, thanks for watching. My Twitch is in the description if you want to drop a follow. I don't give a shit if you like the video or not. Dislike it if it was terrible. Subscribe if you want. Just, you know, do you. So thanks for watching the video, and peace out.